Welcome to another EFT Business Spotlight. I'm Alina Frank.
And I'm Craig Wiener.
We like to feature EFT practitioners doing incredible, interesting things from around the globe. And today, no exception, we're here with Leo. Leo, welcome.
Hi, great to be here and to chat with both of you.
Yeah, I really look forward to these, and I was really looking forward to today because the way that you have just rocketed and taken off and just dove in to your business over the last year or so has been really fun to watch.
Yeah. So we always like to start with, how did you end up doing this crazy thing called tapping?
Well, it's not a very interesting story because I really just stumbled upon it at a music festival.
Really?
I went to a music festival and during the day they host these workshops that are somewhat interesting, alternative, something that might appeal to the crowd. And one of them was EFT for money. And I was like, I could use more money, so let's check out this workshop. And I maybe faintly heard about tapping, but really had not done any research or had anyone lead me through any tapping before. So I'm going in with no expectations and giving a shot. And we did it, and it was in a group form, and it wasn't incredibly powerful in that moment because it probably wasn't the perfect setting for that. And I was like, okay, it planted the seed in my head, but it wasn't like I must pursue tapping.
Okay.
And then I read about your level 1 and 2 training in the Holahawk catalog, maybe a couple months later after that. And I thought, oh, this is a great way to introduce myself into tapping, thinking that this is for people that are just wanting to learn about EFT, not necessarily become practitioners.
Yeah.
And then I get to day one, and all of the conversation that is presented from the both of you is, this is how you can tap with other people. And I was like, I don't think I'm in the right room. And at the same time, this is interesting. This could be a path, because I was looking for the thing in which I could put my whole heart into. I didn't have a mission or a purpose or a feeling like I was doing something that was meaningful in my life. And so I just sort of went with it. I just thought, okay, I'm going to try on the hat of being a practitioner maybe one day. And let's just do this training, because I've already arrived, and it planted that seed even further. And something pushed me along to do the certification. It just made sense. And here I am as an EFT practitioner, and obviously has had some amazing benefits, but really, as I said, just stumbled upon it without real intention.
What I remember about you in that very first training so long ago was that you had the best questions. Like you had, and I see that as a real mark of it's one of the, I don't know, like personality traits that I see in really solid EFT practitioners. Is there like insatiable curiosity to, figure things out, and like, what does that mean? And where did that come from for a client? And so I know that that has probably served your clients well, that natural curiosity that you got.
And how is it now finding kind of a life mission purpose path?
Feels like I've come home. Yeah, it really does. And that's why I felt in that moment when I did the level 1 and 2 training, why I was so curious and had so many questions, is because I felt like I want to find that path home again, where I could dive all the way in. And so I was really investigating and questioning and getting curious, is this the potential path? And also, I really enjoyed the way that the both of you facilitated and presented. And it was a lot of new ways of thinking and being that I wanted to tap into more.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I feel very, very happy to be in the place I am, because I've been, in a sense, searching for this for a long time.
Now, you decided to focus in your business, in your practice, on breakup healing. So tell us more about that.
Well, part of that search was also searching for my own sense of inner peace, because I had gone through a breakup a few years ago and had never really found a way out. And it wasn't until I was doing my certification, and part of the certification with the two of you is that I have to do my own work with a practitioner to do 6 sessions. And it was very clear to me that I needed help with getting over my breakup. And I had never really felt the true effects of what EFT could potentially do, because most of my experience was with in group settings or in trainings. And so over those 6 weeks, I could actually feel for the first time a cloud lifting, feel like some of the things that I had never really got to talk about or work through in a very focused way, I actually got to do with my practitioner at that moment. And it worked. I felt different. It wasn't instantaneous like a light switch, but it was certainly a lot more headway in the direction. And from then, it was really the starting the engine for my momentum and my movement through my breakup to really inspire me to help other people doing it, because I know the difference internally, emotionally, when I'm in that place, still hung up on the breakup, and then on the other side.
Right.
So for people that you've worked with, your clients, and I know you've worked in groups and all kinds of different ways, for those people that are listening, what is it that you've experiencing them beginning with and getting to?
Or
You know, or
common themes like that you
yeah,
see that it's part of your work now because you see it so often.
right.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, it's obvious. The person broke up with me and I feel bad. Okay.
Right.
I mean, on
But
one
there's
hand,
more than that.
but there's more
Layers
than
and
that, and
layers.
layers and connections. And
Yeah.
I'm curious, for people that don't realize that, maybe you have anything you'd like to share on that.
Yeah. I would say that what's surprising me is I'm not working with people so much in a sense where they've just broken up. It's really fresh. It's actually maybe a few months, year, or even several years after a breakup. And then they come to a point where they realize, wow, I still have a lot of unresolved issues from my previous breakup that is impacting either my current relationship or my ability to be in relationship. And so one very common thing that I think flies under the radar is, and it's happened for me as well, where somebody has anxiousness around texting and communicating, where they didn't have that before. So if they're in relationship, they either feel an anxiousness if someone doesn't respond right away, and they never experienced that before, or they feel overwhelmed by somebody having to communicate through text, and it's preventing them from being able to actually find a connection or be intimate. And it's something as simple as texting, but it's having this huge impact, and it's due to maybe having previous text messages or previous ways of being broken up with over a phone that is still having an impact on somebody. So something like that has shown up several times, and it surprised me, but at the same time didn't, because I had those issues and I didn't think that that was I thought that was sort of normal, that okay, I'm always going to feel anxious about texting somebody or waiting for
Right.
somebody's text.
Yeah, that's a good example. And so I know that you have different ways of working with people and you have these different programs. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. I'm certainly working with people one-on-one, because everybody's situation is unique, and so one-on-one is certainly effective. And at the same time, I've begun bringing the clients together as a group. And even though someone may be in a long-term marriage and someone else has just perhaps broken up, they begin to share about their experience and realize that they're actually not that different, that they don't feel alone anymore in their experience because they're able to express what's going on for them, and someone else reflecting, wow, I also feel that way, or I never saw that side of my relationship and now I see it differently. because of someone else sharing vulnerably and very honestly about what's showing up for them. And so I feel that having both the advantages and benefits of working one-on-one on very specific issues, and also being able to have the mirror of a group reflect back to you your own transformation, your own wounds from a relationship is very powerful. So I really like working in both of those arenas.
Yeah,
Excellent.
thanks for
Okay.
for like having a safe container and developing that model, because I can hear absolutely how that would be very healing for people.
Yeah.
And that's also been my path too.
Mhm.
That I find working one-on-one to be exceptional, and then there's a certain flavor or energy that's different and contrasting in a group that I've also found a lot of movement forward in that way.
Great.
Excellent.
And how can people find out more about the work that you do, your services?
Yes, so I have a website, breakuprecoverycoach.com. And so you can just go onto that website and you'll find links to my Instagram, Facebook, and I'm always available. So you can email me at any moment and I'll respond hopefully within that day. So that's the best place to find me.
Great.
That's great.
And you're based in British Columbia.
British Columbia on an island called Vancouver Island in Victoria. Yes.
Lovely place.
So that means you work online then, but even though you live in BC, and anybody around the world can work with you through.
Yes, 100% of my clients are online at this moment. So that's what I prefer to do, actually, is online.
Great.
Now, one final message for that person that's watching this and saying, oh, I'm in so much pain and anguish because someone just ripped my heart in two. What little message would you like to
somebody
give them?
Recent or somebody that's dealing with it for a long time?
It doesn't matter. Like,
right?
so, yeah, just that pain and anguish of heartbreak that they think they'll never get over. What do you want to say to them?
My learning ongoing and especially now is that I realize my breakup has led me towards having a deep relationship with myself. And so my encouragement to somebody that's in a breakup is certainly allow yourself to feel the hardship and the heartbreak that's there, and also aim your intention towards developing this relationship with yourself, especially if you don't have one at this moment, that there can be a lot of resolve and peace in the long term, especially if you develop this relationship with yourself. So that is a lot of my own learning and a lot of what I encourage a lot of my clients to seek out, is this relationship with self.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alina. Thank you, Craig.